Let's meet Morgan. Morgan is a 19-year-old just out of high school. He's in that part of life where he doesn't quite know what he's going to do with the rest of his life. He's not old enough to hang out at bars and clubs and go out drinking with other friends because in Arizona, the drinking age is 21. So he doesn't have a whole lot to do, and he's too proud to hang out with high school kids. So he's just hanging out with a few of his buddies from high school. They started a little band, and he's just kind of in that part of life where he just doesn't have any direction. So he's kind of getting himself into some trouble. One day he's practicing in the garage. He's getting ready for the next show they're going to be doing, so he's practicing his stage presence, playing his bass. And he's, kind of moving around the garage and doing things. And he turns around real fast, and the body of the bass guitar smashes into the wall, breaking the drywall, making a hole. Now, Morgan knows this is a problem because his dad's not too hip on Morgan's life choices, and Morgan knows he's going to get in trouble. And his dad's threatened him before if he causes any more damage to the garage, that he was going to take all of his stuff, throw it in the trash, and start parking his car in the garage like it's supposed to be. So Morgan knows he needs to fix this, but he's got no money, and the only way he knows how to fix this is maybe cover it with a poster or something. So he starts thinking to himself, what can I do? He's, a little bit panicked. He's a 19-year-old and he doesn't want to get kicked out of the garage because that's kind of his place to hang out with his buddies. So, like any 19-year-old troubled youth, hey, let's go break into the mall because there'll probably be something I can find at the mall to cover up the hole in the wall. So instead of facing his consequences for putting a hole in the wall, he's going to take his chances of possibly getting arrested. It's a smart 19-year-old thing to do. So that is how our story is being created. Morgan is going to go to Metro Center that has been closed for 4 or 5 years due to the filing for bankruptcy. The stores had to move out kind of quickly, so it has become a legend in the community as kind of a little gold mine of finding things that stores left behind. But it is secure. There's security guards walking the mall, driving around the outside of the mall, so you have to be careful because if they catch you, you're going to get into a whole heap of trouble, and nobody wants to get caught by the security guards. So that is how our story is unfolding so far. What Morgan's gonna do is he's got to walk to the mall, but he only lives about a mile from the mall, so it's not that big of a deal. He knows that if he breaks in over by the Sears this will bring him into the upper level, and the alley's right here, and the alley's kind of a cool place he knows about. He's seen like there's a cool leather shop over there. There's some other cool stores over there, so maybe he can find some cool stuff. So he's gonna break in from that section. So this is where our journey's gonna be. Now, I'm not going to get into all the particulars about him actually getting to the mall. I'm just going to say he broke into the mall. It took him about 15 minutes to sneak around to the mall to get over here. So we're going to go ahead and just roll 3 dice representing 15 minutes on the countdown clock. And then we're just going to count down these dice. So 4 rolled twice. So we're going to speed that spot up. Oops, wrong one. I got 2 4s, so that's going to count the 4 spot down twice. So he was kind of loud breaking in, but the mall's a big place, so security probably didn't hear him yet. Give it some time. I'm sure they'll catch on that he's at the mall. Once he's in, he's just going to head right over here to Metro Center. So once he's in, he's just going to head right over to the alley. It's right by the entrance that he just snuck into. So he's going to come over here to the alley, and he's going to head over to the leather shop. Just as a side note, I'm not going to identify the leather shop on any of my charts or anything. I just know it was there because it was there when I was a kid. So I'm just going to say it was there. This is more of an example of how everything's going to work. So he's going to head over to the leather shop and he's going to go check out the leather shop. So once he gets to the storefront, he's going to go ahead and take a look inside. So I just want to make some notes real fast. So I'm just making some notes real fast. 15 minutes to break in. I went ahead and identified the leather shop as space J, just for this. So what kind of shape is the storefront in? So we need to roll a d6. We rolled a 5. It's unsecured, but there's a security door on the leather shop. I need to roll Oracle 7 to see if the security door is locked. And then I'm going to have to make a difficulty score to open that without making any noise. So let's go ahead and break this down. So we're going to make our first Oracle 7 roll to see if the door is locked. And this is just a simple yes, no. This is just going to be a simple yes, no question. So we rolled a 7. So with the Oracle 7, that is the best result we can get because that's the target number we're looking for. And it's whatever best suits the PC at the time. So the door is not locked and he can open it. And now that's also, there's going to be no difficulty rating for this as well. So the difficulty score is 0, so he does not have to roll another. He gets to just open up the door freely and go right on inside. And all of that's going to take 1 countdown on the clock, which is going to take down number 3. Because all of that took time because we're moving kind of stealthily and we're being mindful of what we're doing. So he's inside the leather shop and he's looking around. I guess now we want to ask, is there anything of value inside the leather shop? And this will be another Oracle 7 roll. We rolled a 4. The answer is no. And that's going to reset the difficulty score to 10. It's going to set the difficulty score to 10. So we did an Oracle 7 roll. Answer was 4, so it's no. And the difficulty score is now set at 10. So since Morgan's looking around, he didn't see anything. Again, that's going to be another roll on the countdown clock because he's looking around. So he's not finding anything. So he's like, dang it, there's nothing here. So now he feels he's just going to head over to Dillard's because Dillard's had a box office. And that's where we bought all of our concert tickets back in the day. And they would have and they would have concert posters and things like that. So maybe he can find a concert poster or something, but the box office is down at the bottom. So he's going to come over to the Dillard's and check, because this is where the box office was. And he's going to check to see if the door's locked and maybe he can go inside and get over to the box office. If not, then he's going to have to head downstairs. But moving quietly, this is going to take some time to get over here. So we're going to go ahead and make a roll on that. We're going to say it's just a 5. So it's going to take the number 3 down. So 3. So as you can see, the countdown clock starts ticking away pretty quickly because it's just consuming time. It's things you're doing. So now we get over here to the Dillard's. We need to roll on the table to see what the storefront looks like. We got a 3. It's secure. I'm going to need to make a difficulty roll to break in. So and since our difficulty score has already been set from our last Oracle roll. Yeah. Since the difficulty is already set from our last Oracle roll from when we were inside the leather shop looking for anything, we need to make that roll. So now we got to break in. So if we look at our character sheet, do we have anything that might help us with that? And like I said, I took the Tales from the Loop character sheets and I modified a little bit. We do have Tinker, which is, fidgeting. He also has that 6-inch blade for breaking into stores. So I'm going to give him a +1 to the roll because of that. And it's going to be a 2d6. This is our difficulty rating, so I need to roll good. That was an 8. With the +1 takes it to 9, so I failed the break-in, and that's going to cause noise. Basically what we're saying is I'm like trying to mess around with the lock, break it up, and I drop the bar, so that's going to create noise. And whenever we create noise, we got to make a roll on the countdown clock. I don't like this number 3 spot is really ticking down. So anyway, so that's how that works. So I have some options now. I can like look around, see if there's something that might help me break in better, or I can just head downstairs and see if I have a better chance of getting into the storefront from the bottom level. And I think that's the route I'm going to go. So I'm going to come back around. We need to switch maps. And we're going to come down these stairs and go over there. I'm going to say that's going to take a little bit longer, though, just to represent time moving slowly, not trying to make a lot of noise, looking around, just keeping your eyes open for security guards. So I'm going to say that's ×2 on the countdown clock. So let's roll 2 times on the countdown clock. And number 4 twice. So these dice are not being my friend today. So things are happening. We're getting busy. So now we need to see if the storefront. So we're gonna roll on the storefront table, and we rolled 5. So unsecured, security door, Oracle 7 if locked, difficulty score for the roll. So we got to make an Oracle roll to see if the security door is locked, and let's Oracle 7, door locked. Again, I'm just jotting down notes as I go. I don't take longhand notes. I take very shorthand notes. So we rolled a 3. So the door is not locked, but that is going to set our difficulty level. It's going to stay at 10. So the door is not locked, but our difficulty level is a 10 for making noise for opening it. So, not locked. Difficulty score still at 10. So now I got to open up the security door. I do have... Now I got to open up the security door. I do have sneak, and sneak, stealthy. So I'm going to use sneak to give me a +1 to my roll. That I'm taking my time. I'm trying to open the security door without making a lot of noise. So we rolled a 7. We needed a 10. Even with my +1, I do not pass. So I fail the noise check, which means I'm going to make noise opening the door. The 6 goes down to 5 because noise is speeding up time. Noise is what will draw attention to us, and that's why I feel noise is the enemy. But we're inside. We just failed our security door check or our noise check. So, bummer. And the security door wasn't locked. So now we're inside Metro Center. So we're going to go exploring. And that's going to take 5 minutes to kind of look around and see if he gets to the box office and finds any concert posters. So that's what we're after. We're after something to cover up the hole in the wall so we don't get in trouble for making a hole in the wall. So let's do another Oracle 7 question. And just say, does he find anything on his way to the box office? Anything cool down here that he can use in life, just in general. So I'm just going to simply write find anything. Anything cool. So let's ask the Oracle. Let's see what we get. We rolled a 5, which that answer is going to be no. But that's going to now set our difficulty rating at 8. So we will adjust that. And that will be our new difficulty rating. But he makes it over to the box office, and he doesn't find anything on the way. Like, the store is pretty stripped. It's empty. Dillard's took everything, and since Dillard was such a big franchise, they had a lot of employees, so they could clear a lot of stuff out. But he makes it over to the box office, and he's looking around the box office trying to see if there's any posters or anything he can use for covering the hole in his wall. So again, this is going to be another Oracle 7 question. And we're going to get specific. Any concert posters available? Like, does he see anything out, any concert posters out? I rolled a 9. That's a yes. He sees stuff out, and that's going to set our difficulty. It's going to keep our difficulty rating at 8. So he's exploring. He's looking at concert posters. He's finding some little things, nothing too extravagant, but all of this is taking up time. So he has to roll because he's exploring and he's looking around and he's trying to find anything. We can now, at this point, we can either ask another Oracle 7 question. Does he find a concert poster for a band he actually likes? Or do we just make that up on the fly? We've already got that we found concert posters, so we can just roll with it from there. I don't see any reason for us to have to roll to see if it's a band we like. We're just going to say it's a band he likes. He finds a Motorhead poster because Motorhead rules. And it's just like it's not like a large like wall poster. It's just one of the little flyer posters, but he's like, this is perfect. It will fit over the hole in the wall that I made, and my dad will never know that I put a hole in the wall. So he's cool with that. So now he's going to exit out, get back into the mall, and start. He's like, well, since I'm here, I'm already let's see what else we can find while we're here. So he's going to head down here. And if we look at the chart that I made up, we're in the 130s going down. So I know there's some cool stores because we got the sporting goods store, and we got Spencer's Gifts right here at 128. So this Spencer's Gift is like a really cool shop for anybody back in the 80s. That's where we used to, you just got novelty goods, but they had like concert posters. And also, they had like band posters, and they had patches and buttons. Buttons were a big thing back in the 80s for our bandanas that we put around our knees for some reason. I don't know why we did that. Anyways, so there was just a lot of cool stuff that they would sell, novelty stuff and just fun stuff. So he's going to head over to Spencer's real fast to see if there's anything cool, but that's going to take time. So that's going to take down number 3. So we're moving along here, we're making noise, obviously, but we're rolling a lot of 3s and 4s. So he gets over to Spencer's. So we're just going to make a note that he's over at Spencer's, space 128. And what's the storefront look like? So what do we got going on over there? We rolled a 1. So the glass is broken and it's unsecured. So we can kind of walk right in, but we got to make a difficulty roll to see if we don't make any noise, because walking on glass, it's like crunchy. And as I said in my previous videos, Malls that are vacant are very loud, so the slightest noises just amplify and echoes. So walking on that glass would make a lot of noise. So he's going to be kind of stealthy, like pushing stuff out of the way and just kind of slowly walking on the glass. And we got to make a difficulty roll. And we're difficulty 8, so we passed. So we passed that. Um, so we're good there. No noise. So now he's going to go inside and start exploring. So basically, the glass is all broken. So this store has been looted already, or people have been here. There's not, things are, the place is trashed. Like maybe the employees were just bitter and trashed the place, or someone broke in and trashed the place. Either way, stuff all over the place. So we're going to make an Oracle 7 roll to see if there's anything cool. Plus, we're going to do a countdown clock roll because it's going to take time to explore inside there. So we're going to count down space number 5. And then we'll do the Oracle 7 roll. 7. Oh, cool. He finds some stuff. And then that sets, there's no difficulty score for anything that he does while on this action. So he's looking around. There's not a lot of stuff he finds in there, but he finds like a cool patch. While looking around, he moves some boxes around or some paper off the ground, just kind of kicking things around with his feet. I would kick with my feet, but they're under my desk, so you can't see that right now. Sorry, I talk with my hands. So he's moving stuff around, and he finds a cool patch. He finds, we found a Metallica concert poster, or not. We found a Motorhead concert poster. It's, back in the 80s, so we're still talking some of the better stuff that Motorhead put out. We found a cool poster of Motorhead, but now he finds this patch, and it's not a band patch or anything like that. It's just like a tiger patch. It's a head of a tiger. It's just we'll go with that. It's a tiger patch. Yeah, and I don't necessarily feel I need to have charts for all this stuff. I can just make stuff up as I go. But it's a little thing. This is like a little trinket thing that he found. And that's going to be something that he gets to sew onto his denim jacket. And again, it's a little something that he can remember breaking into Metro Center and having one day. So it's kind of cool stuff. So he's going to get out of Spencer's. The place is pretty empty. There's not a lot left in there. And then he's just going to kind of keep wandering around. So we got Music Land over here. It's not too far away. Oh, wait. Nope. And Morgan knows that Music Land is just down the way, and this is where they sold instruments and um, band stuff. This is where they sold some instruments and stuff like that. Chances of them actually leaving a guitar or something behind are slim to nil. But you never know. Maybe there's a couple picks or something. Even though bass players aren't supposed to play with a pick, you never know. There might be something cool. I shouldn't say that. So Morgan's gonna leave Spencer's. He knows Music Land isn't too far from here. It's actually in Space 109. So he's gonna wander over here and kind of look into Space 109, just to see. Who knows? I doubt they left a guitar behind or anything cool like that. But maybe there's a few picks on the ground or something that he can use. So he's gonna head over there and take a look around. And on his way over there, there's also Walden Books. So he may pop into Walden Books, and again, maybe there's some magazines or something that got left behind. Who knows? So let's head over there. So we're gonna say, going this distance, he's moving slow. He's looking around. He's being cautious, cautious of everything, not making any noise, and he's kind of checking out the stores and seeing if there's anything cool along the way. So we're gonna say this is gonna take about 10 minutes on the countdown clock. Just because he's being stealthy, he's moving on to. Okay. Rolled double twos. I'm doing pretty good here with the doubles. So that's the time has been taken. And we're also going to ask an Oracle 7 question. And we're going to be a little bit more specific to the question, of does he find any kind of a tool or anything that he can use to try to assist him with breaking into stores? So the question's just going to be tools. We're just going to ask on the Oracle 7, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to say that's yes. He finds a tool. That tool, we're not going to make it something that's going to just give him the easy button to break in. It's just going to be a screwdriver. He just finds a screwdriver um, to help him break into buildings or into the stores. Just going to give him a +1 to any kind of a break in. So that's kind of cool. And that's going to reset the difficulty score. To actually, it should just keep it at 8. Yeah, that's going to keep the difficulty at 8. Um, so we're good. So we're going to make it over to Walden Books. And we're going to roll for the storefront to see what the storefront looks like. Whoops, keep it on the table, Mike. We got a 5, so that means the door itself is unsecured, but the security door is down. And I need to ask the Oracle if that security door is locked and also make a difficulty score to open it without making noise. So Oracle 7 is going to be, is the door locked? We rolled a 9. Yep, it's locked. Yes, it's locked, and 9 is going to give us a difficulty rating of 8 still, so we're still good there. So now I need to break in on a difficulty of 8, and then I need to make another roll to open the door easily. But Morgan's not stupid. He's not going to waste his time. He's like, I don't need anything that bad from inside there to take a chance to get caught. That's a lot of rolls and a lot of noise he could be making. And he doesn't want to get busted. He just wants to get over to Music Land real fast to take a look at that. So now we make it over to Music Land. Love the names of stores back in the 80s. And we need to make a storefront roll to see what the storefront looks like. Again, another 5. So this is going to be another Oracle 7 question. And we also got to break in. But I'm also going to do a countdown clock because I feel this is all taking time. And that's going to take that down to 3. So that's where we're at. So we're back at the storefront again. We need to do an Oracle 7 question. So we need to answer this. 4. So yes, the security door is not locked. And we need to now reset our difficulty rating, which I think 4 is going to make it 10 now. Which this actually fits quite nicely for these type of security doors. Because they were loud. They weren't quiet. So having a high difficulty works on that. Break time. Gotta All right, so we made it over to Music Land. Sorry, I took a quick break, so let me do a quick recap for myself. We've made it over to Music Land, and the door's not locked, and our difficulty score is now 10, so we need to roll that difficulty to make sure we don't make any noise to pass a noise check. Rolled an 8, even with my modifier +1 for sneak. I'm only rolling a 9, so we fail the noise check, which means we made noise, so we take a penalty. Number 5. And the countdown clock is really ticking down here. So things are getting serious. So we're inside Music Land. Here's just a recap of my notes. I keep real simple notes. I don't write a bunch of stuff down. And I'm not really doing a lot of narrative stuff with this game right now. I'm trying to just show the mechanics that I created with light narrative stuff. So we're inside Music Land and we're going to explore inside, looking around. Since the storefront wasn't secured, it's safe to say that people have already been in this store, so it's a little trashed, vandalized a little bit, but we're gonna go looking around anyways. We're gonna count down. It's gonna take a little bit of time to look around. To 3. And down the clock 3. And now we're gonna ask an oracle if we find anything cool stuff, and see what happens. So we rolled a 6, which is no. We found nothing. That's gonna reset the difficulty to 8, and we found nothing. So Music Land is like I kind of thought. It's picked through. Uh, Obviously, the Fender bass guitars are all gone. Someone took those with them. No strings, no picks, no nothing. I could explore further and go into the back room and go a little bit deeper if I wanted to spend more time in there, which could be an option. But I'm a kid. I'm pumped. I'm nervous because I am breaking the law. So I want to get out and go check out some other stuff. So let's go see what other stores we can find around here, and let's do a little bit of a randomness. So let's have some fun with a D100 chart, and I don't have D100 dice. So got my D100. We rolled an 81, so 81 is going to give us Victoria's Secrets. Now, I'm a guy, so Victoria's Secrets is a store I like to shop at. Not really. But we're going to go ahead and say 188 is Victoria's Secrets. And if we were updating everything, I would update the. I would update my main log sheet with 188 to put Victoria's Secrets in it. I don't think I have to do that right now because I can just write it down here. So Morgan goes across the way, sees Victoria's Secrets. Hey, there could be some interesting posters inside Victoria's Secrets, or there could be something that he could use to cover up that hole in the wall. So, a little twisted, but we'll have some fun with this. So we need to do the storefront. What's the storefront have? It's 4, so that's going to be, it's been graffitied. So the front of the store, the windows are dirty and graffitied. You can't see inside, so you're like, do you even want to waste your time? I would have to take an action to clean the windows to look inside, which I think I will do to take a look. So that's an action is just a simple roll. So we're going to tick down the 5 again. So he cleans the the dirt and the muck off the front of the window, and he can kind of see inside. And we'll do an oracle question. Um, Anything inside. This is kind of how this game goes. It's an 8, so yeah, he sees stuff inside. Um, there's interest, there's display stuff and different things like that. We're gonna say he can see maybe some cool posters that they use for advertisement, like advertisement posters that he can use to maybe help cover up some of the holes in the wall. And that will keep our difficulty score at 8. So he needs to, the door's not locked, so he needs to, he can just go inside and take a look around. There's going to be no noise or anything like that. So it's like the security door's up, the door's unlocked. It was just dirty. He looked inside. He saw some stuff. So we'll just, we're going to do an explore. So he's going to be looking around. Like he's not just grabbing anything. He's really looking for something kind of cool, maybe for his girlfriend or something like that. He's cheap. He's broke. That's one of his problems in life is he's got no money. So we're going to explore inside Victoria's Secrets. So that's going to count the 5 spot down one more. And then we'll do an Oracle 7 roll to see if he finds anything that he can maybe give as a gift to his girlfriend or something like that. So 6, that's going to be yes. He finds something. I'm just going to say maybe he finds like a small bottle of perfume that got dropped, like a little sample bottle, but it was a cool bottle and it got dropped, and he picks it up and pockets it, and that's what he finds. So, and it's just going to be something for his girlfriend. And then we're gonna continue on. So now, as you can see, what's happening is I'm getting to that pressing hour. So I've had plenty of time to kind of screw around in the mall, running around, looking at different things, checking different things out. But now it's like getting to that point. It's like, oh boy, big things could start happening, and we could get caught. So this is where we need to start being a little bit more careful, but because I am the player and I know what's going on, it'd be real easy for me to say, you know what, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm done because the countdown clock is ticking down. But what fun would that be? We're a kid, we're stupid, and we broke into the mall, and we're just going to have a little bit more fun. So we're over here at 188. I'm just going to take a look at my pre-done chart to see if there's any stores that I might want to go check out. And not a whole lot, but Stag's Tobacco is upstairs in in building 205, or Stag Tobacco's is in 205, and that is a place they sell tobacco products, cigarettes, chewing tobacco, things like that. But they also sold beer mugs and steins and just random stuff. So let's go check out Stag. So we have to go back upstairs to 205. So we're here at 188, which if we lay that over is going to put us over here. And we want to go over to Stag's, which is 205, which is going to put us right there. So it's really just upstairs from where we're at. So we just got to hit this set of stairs. Is pretty iconic at Metro Center. It was a big winding staircase. So we're going to go ahead and hit that staircase, and then we're going to get up over here, and then we're going to go over to Stag's, which is right there. So it's going to pop us up over here, and we're going to go right there. It's going to take some time, but not much. It's right there. So we'll do a 1 roll there. We're down to 2, and we're going to make it over to Stag's. So countdown clock 1, Stag's. So we got to roll in the storefront. The storefront is a 3, which is going to be secured. I need to make a difficulty score to break in, and our difficulty score is at 8. And we have our screwdriver, so my difficulty score is going to be at a +1. I also have Tinker, and that would also give me a +1, but I don't think I want stacking abilities. I think that could just make this too easy as time goes on. So I'm just going to say you have to choose what you're going to use. So he's got his screwdriver. He's going to use brute strength. Ooh, he fails. 4. Even with his +1, he's only at 5, so he fails. Failure to do it, and he makes some noise. Oh, bing. So the number 5 dice is out. So what this means is now an encounter will happen. I have to roll to see if we get an encounter at the beginning of each action. Every time I take an action, I've got to roll to see if an encounter. I've made too much noise. I've screwed around for too long, but I'm going to keep on looking around. And I think what I want to do is I want to head over here to the cinema, see if I can find any movie posters. Like maybe they left movie posters in the wall. So we're gonna move around. So what we need to do first, since we can't get into Stags, it's secured. It's locked. I can't get in. I guess I could break a window and make a bunch of noise and really get in, but is it worth it? Like, it's locked. I'm not getting in. I'm smart enough to realize I can't get in. So we're gonna head over to the cinema over here. So we're gonna have to go around, and on our way, we're gonna stop off and check out the gold mine, which is right here, which is the arcade, and just take a look inside, see if they left anything behind. So let's do our encounter roll first to see if we get anything. We rolled a 1, so there's no encounter, and we're gonna say this is gonna take 5 minutes. So we're gonna do a countdown clock to see, for chewing up time, and we rolled the 5 spot again. So when you roll the same number for a dice that's taken out, you just count down one of the others and you choose which one you want to do. I'm not really saying if you go up or down, but you're obviously going to choose what benefits your player the most. So that's going to count down the 6 by 1. Always counting down the clock. So we make it over to the gold mine. And we're going to take a look inside. We're going to take a look at the storefront, see what we got for the storefront. It's a 6, so the gold mine is secured. So the door's locked, metal grate's locked. Like, I'm looking at that going, man, they don't want anyone getting in there. If I wanted to break in, it would be at a +2 to break the lock. I do get a bonus of 1, and our difficulty score right now is at 8. So I could also ask the Oracle, do I see anything inside of any value or interest? Like, it's pretty secure. Do I want to take that chance? So let's ask the Oracle. Anything inside this place? Anything inside at all? 10. Yeah, there's stuff inside. Now this is gonna jump my difficulty score up. Now it's become really so. Like, Morgan's looking around inside, and he sees video games actually inside. He's like, oh my god, they left video games behind. And I'm gonna have to say the gold mine was a small business, and when the mall went bankrupt, the business owner just couldn't afford to do anything. He just let everything go and just walked away from it all. So basically the gold mine is a gold mine of like video games and stuff. Does Morgan really want to try to break in? Looking at the lock, it kind of probably looks like some people, this place has been looted. Maybe some people have tried to break in, and the mall, whoever took over the mall, is like really making sure that building that storefront stays secure. And he's just going to pass. He's going to be like, I'm just not going to take a chance with that. But he spent a lot of time here, looking around, looking at the lock, looking inside and all that. So we're going to go ahead and make another countdown. Again, the 5. Man, getting good at rolling 5s. And here's the thing about the countdown clock. You narrate the story. So you decide, yeah, you know what, I'm screwing around at this spot for long enough, reminiscing and thinking about it. So I'm going to move on. So he's going to continue on over to the cinema, and he's going to take a look at the cinema to see if there's any posters or anything. So he makes it in. We got to see how the room or the door is secured to see if he can get into the cinema. It's at a 4, so there's like graffiti, and this is like an employee entrance. So it's got some graffiti and stuff. The door is there wouldn't be like a roll up door here. This would be like an exit door, but I'm gonna have to say it's secured based on the roll. Um, that well, obviously I can't see inside. I can't take an action, so I just need to roll. This isn't going to be like a regular mall door. It's not going to have one of the metal grates or anything like that. Yeah, there's graffiti and stuff there, but I'm not going to be able to take an action to see inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and move right on over to the Oracle roll to see if the door is locked. And Oracle roll 7, that means the door is locked, and that's going to stay a 10. So I'm not, I could take a chance to break in. I got a screwdriver, so I get a +1, and it could be fun. So, what the hell? Let's try it. So we're going to try to break in. So this is going to be an action, and I'm going to need to take time. I'm going to be jimmying a lot, so we got to roll. What is with the fives all of a sudden? The countdown clock is looking ugly. So I rolled a 5. And now our difficulty score is a 10. I will get a +1 for the screwdriver. I rolled a 5 with my +1's a 6, so I fail. And when I'm jimmying around, I like the screwdriver pops out the door and just goes twang. It makes a loud noise. Oops. Counting down the 3 spot. So things are getting heated. But, that's the cinema. Can't get in. I'm not going to get into everything. This isn't an abandoned mall to the point where you can get into every store. You can only get into a few of the stores. And there's just not a lot of places to go. So we'll take a look around at some other things. He's still dreaming about that gold mine. Like, to get into there would be epic. But it's just not going to happen. So he's going to head over to Vans, California. He wants to go take a look see if there's anything cool over at Vans. And that's in spot, they're in spot 244 and 245. They own two spots, but this is a long walk. We're obviously going to be looking around on our way, but that's where he wants to head. He wants to head over there. So we're going to go ahead and just note down that he's going over to Vans. And it's going to be ×2 on the countdown clock, because we're going to say it's taking longer. That's going to be 5 and 4. So, and I forgot to do a encounter roll, so I need to do an encounter roll. I rolled a 1, so there's no encounter on his journey. So, no security guards are showing up, and I'm really counting down this clock fast. So he makes it over to Vans, and we're going to take a look at the storefront, see what it looks like. It's 6, so they're secured. He's not going to be able to get in and take a look around, and it's going to be the +2. This is like the hardest thing you can possibly get to break in. So he's gonna take some time to look inside to see if it's even worth trying to break in. Like, he's gonna clean. So we're going to be taking another action to take a look inside. So we got to do the encounter, or the encounter roll, and there's nothing, so we're good. And it's going to be an action. 5. So I choose 6 or 4. Let's get rid of the 6. So now we have 2 dice out of the pool here, and we're taking a look. So now we're going to ask the Oracle, what do we have going on? So we rolled a 6. Is there, does he see anything inside? He doesn't really see anything inside. This is going to reset the encounter clock to 8. Doesn't see anything inside, and he just kind of goes, it's just not worth it. I'm not going to go get myself in any trouble. So let's see if we got anything else that's just listed in the 200 categories. There's Radio Shack. But, let's take a random roll. Like, he's going to look around and see if he sees any stores close by. So we got this D100 chart. Might as well use it. And 72. So that is going to get us New York Ladies Mart. So more ladies wear stars. So he doesn't see anything in the immediate area that he wants to go explore. So he's gonna go check out the Radio Shack, which is 138, which is just gonna be down a couple spaces. Actually, he would have passed it on his way. So it's like, I went over to Vans or something. Well, let's go over to Radio Shack. Um, you just never know what you might find. So it's going to take him about another 5 minutes. We need to do an encounter roll. Rolled to 6. So now we have an encounter. It's going to be a security guard, and all we're going to we're going to be heading down, and all we're going to hear is a voice. Hey, what are you doing over there? And it kind of just echoes throughout the store. Obviously, Morgan freezes in his tracks like, oh shit, busted. And now he needs to get out. Now he's not too far away from where he entered in, but he doesn't know where the security guard is. And we have two possibilities where we got three, but we got two major possibilities where the security guard can be that they're seeing Morgan from. So we need to determine, is the security guard by the Dillards or the Sears? So no is Dillards, yes is Sears. And we're just going to do an Oracle 7 security guard location. Roll to 7. It's whatever's going to benefit Morgan the best. 7 is the ultimate number to roll on this Oracle that I've created. That just benefits the players. So we're going to say the security guard's over here. So Morgan needs to dash out and try to escape the mall. And only way he's going to be able to do that is he's got to make a difficulty roll on an 8 to start exiting, because we're going to have to, security guard sees him, so he's close by. So let's do a difficulty roll to see if Morgan can break away. He sees the security guard over here. He rolls a 10. He rolls a 10, so he's able to break away and run out the door. But like I said at the beginning of this, the mall is being, has multiple security guards, and there's other security guards patrolling the outside. Is the other security guard out by the door that Morgan came in from? So we need to roll an Oracle question and see if that security guard's there. Whoops. 6, yes. Yes. So when Morgan comes around the corner, starts booking down the hallway, he can tell outside the door there's another security guard. So now he needs to try to evade some more. And we rolled a 6, which is going to keep our difficulty score there. And we're going to have to take another countdown on the clock for evading and trying to get away. Now we have another dice. So this is now getting more tense. Morgan's kind of trapped right here in this area. So what's he going to do? So we're just going to make a simple Oracle roll to see if Morgan can figure out a way to get around or get away from the security guards. Is this going to be a yes, no? No, he can't figure out a way to get away from the security guards. And we're just going to have to say the game's going to come to a conclusion where Morgan gets caught by the security guards, and things don't end well for Morgan. His dad gets called by the security company telling him that his son was just caught at the mall breaking in and causing problems. Of course, they exaggerate the story a little bit just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Dad gets pissed. Morgan's garage is cleared out. All of his posters and stuff that he did have on the wall were taken down, and Dad makes him help him fix all the holes in the wall, makes him cut his hair short and get a real job, and no more band, and Morgan's life changes forever, and he becomes a miserable adult, never getting to fulfill his full potential as a bass player in a rock band. Sounds like my life. Just joking. Being dramatic. I just thought that was fun. Anyways, so this is kind of a recap. This is kind of what I created. Is this perfect? No, it's not perfect, but I'm okay with it. I'm still adjusting and making modifications to everything that I have created so far. But I have fun playing it because of the nostalgia aspect of being at the mall. I didn't get into a lot of the narrative stuff and talking about all the different things and places that I've been. I just wanted to kind of give you a feel for the exploration part of using the countdown clock, using the oracle to not only answer your question but to set your difficulty rating. I do want to make some other modifications to some of the mechanics. One of the things I want to change is I just want to take these numbers. I want this to just be a DS9 and this is going to be DS11. So that way the numbers are just, there's a little bit better spread on the numbers. That way the 5 and the 6 aren't both being 8 and, being duplicated. Just kind of ramping up the numbers a little bit. So that's one of the changes I'm going to make. And I'm just having fun with this. This is just a fun game, and also this is my first playthrough type video that I've ever done, and I appreciate anybody watching it all the way through. I may not be the most charismatic person when it comes to doing my gameplay live, but please leave me comments or like the video. Let me know if this is something that was interesting that viewers may want to see in the future, because I can always bring this back to the table once I've done some more work on it. But this was just my first real quick playthrough on it, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. So thank you for watching and have a great day.